G'day Marvel Future Fight Gamers, VaderG here, welcome back to the channel. Got our favourite notice there, please read that and observe it for this video. So what we're going to have a bit of a look at, this will be my last video for today and probably my last for tomorrow as well. The simple fact is I'm going out fishing tomorrow. We can't do much over here in Australia, the same as probably most places in the world. One thing we can do is take our boats out and go fishing, which I actually really like going fishing, right? So that's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, heading out fishing. So yeah, may not have much time for making videos. What are we going to have a look at in this video? Well, you would have noticed earlier when I completed the legendary battle for Black Widow that I got. Where is that thing? Yeah, well, hang on. Got a Odin's Blessing there. Got some sort of token thing. Where is it? This one. Black Widow legendary icon. So I found it in my inventory. It says use to acquire a special icon. So we're going to use that. No idea what that's going to do. Now what? I don't know. I'm not really sure what that's about. But you'll notice in the banner up here that sometimes it comes across talking about these future pass and special rewards. I'm assuming it's related to that, assuming it's some sort of boost in some area of the game. One of the things I want to touch on first is Shadowland Autoplay. So I was wondering how this was going to work. I actually didn't think we were going to get access to Shadowland in this test server, right? As I mentioned in another video, I really hope someone, a star agent other than me, is going to try Shadowland out and get those 30 floors done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try autoplay. I'm going to try someone who I'd typically use on floor 1, right? So I'm sort of thinking, actually, we'll go to the hero screen, to the team screen. I'm actually thinking we might go with Luke Cage. Luke Cage is pretty beefy. I usually take him in against the speed ones. Pretty sure in this test server he doesn't have like web resist, but he still should be able to clear this level pretty comfortably. He's uniformed in this test server. Oh my god, how many characters have we got? It's amazing just scrolling through all this stuff. Here he is, finally, Luke Cage. Okay, so let's have a look at his setup. His setup is kind of, okay, we've got no Euro, but we've got level 20 gears. Ignore defense. Let's have a look at his stats. Not bad. I mean, his cooldown's a little bit low, but we can get away with that, right? So, max skills. Okay, so he's tier 2, max skills. He's got a uniform. Okay, he has no type enhancement, which is whatever. I've put a few miniature ISOs on him, so he's got a set bonus, which is probably suited to him, binary power, which is a shield set. And we've got a we got a CTP. This is one of the best gears in the game, right? A CTP. Celestial Tech Pack. This is what we gamble for and we get often. This is what we also get in our, what is it? The monthly CTP Dimension Chest, which is a random kind of thing. So we've got a uniform. Uniform's only at advanced, so we've only got one uniform option it should be, which is dodge. Let's give him a run in Shadowland on autoplay and see what happens. He should be able to smash this, right? But one thing you will note is in this test server, the shield support pack is not activated. So what that means is that the autoplay is limited to autoplay, not autoplay plus, or autoplay plus plus. So but with his own leadership here, right, so he has the physical reflect, he should still be able to smash this, right? This is a tier 2 character with a uniform, with an ISO set, with a celestial tech pack, against the lowest level of Shadowland in the game. And let's have a look and see what happens when we actually autoplay this battle. Alright, so plenty of physical reflect going on there, so which is actually providing some damage to Luke Cage. He's hammering away, he's doing no skills at all, which is the autoplay function, right? So it's not autoplay plus, just autoplay. So he's just throwing a few punches, right? He's throwing out the jab here and there. He's got a right cross coming in, a bit of an sort of like an overhand right cross. Very one-dimensional, I'm going to say one-dimensional type attack that he's got. He shouldn't die. He's got a CTP of refinement. He's got the physical reflect anyway, which makes him tanky. With a CTP of refinement, he should survive the battle, no problems against these characters that do pretty shit damage output. At level 1. Shadowland, just a reminder, this is the worst. So he's killed he's sorry. He's killed Winter Soldier, which is a good start. So happy with that. Now he's having a crack at Ant-Man. He's throwing a few punches at Ant-Man. Ant-Man's copping it on the chin. Really not doing much good himself. We've got Hawkeye losing HP because he's firing arrows at Luke Cage. Luke Cage pretty well has everything going for him, and yet we're a minute 20 into this battle, and as of yet, Luke Cage has not passed. He hasn't passed go. He hasn't passed the halfway mark on autoplay. So coming up to the halfway of the battle now, 1 minute 30. Luke Cage is about to knock out the second character, the second out of fourth character, and in comes Spider-Man. Obviously, Spider-Man has the web. Who's Luke Cage targeting? He's targeting Spider-Man. He might actually have a chance of beating this level if he keeps the power on Spider-Man. Spider-Man Spider-Man got the upper hand, right? As soon as Spider-Man starts throwing his webs around, he's got the upper hand, in my opinion. Luke Cage taking a bit of damage, probably looking at the CTP of Refinement proc kicking in. There we go. He's back into it. He's back up and running. We've got the shield set here for, 20% max HP for his ISO set. And is he gonna make it? Is he actually gonna make it? He's got Spider-Man pinned. He's freaking smashing Spider-Man in the head. Will he be able to do this? He's got 30 seconds to take down Hawkeye. He may actually do it. Will he do it? Will he do it? This is, it's kind of exciting. It's exciting that a match on autoplay for a tier 2 unit who we've spent probably a tier 2 ticket, maybe some sort of, our tier 2 materials. Is he going to make it? It's coming down to the last 10 seconds. Hawkeye just nearly kamikazed. Wow, he made it. He made it with 8 seconds left. I was kind of hoping he wasn't going to make it, but he actually did make it. So this is a tier 2 character with a CTP. Just made level 1 Shadowland. I'm not sure if we should go through and bore ourselves with the Rumble mode, which is coming up next, but we can do that and just see how autoplay in Shadowland works. But in my opinion, so this is normally the one that I take on, the blast one. But in my opinion, like, it shouldn't take nearly 3 minutes. So who's a pretty basic type character that might be able to clear Rumble mode stage 2? Okay, let's try Lincoln Campbell. Let's see how he goes on autoplay. Level 2 Shadowland autoplay. Let's see what's going to happen here. Not looking good for Lincoln Campbell. Let's try it again with a better character. Lincoln's quite good. I actually cleared that level with Lincoln solo without too much issue and just with a terrible obelisk on. So let's try a better character. We'll still go for a level 60, but certainly like it may be a bit of a better character compared to that, and see if any of these characters can actually do it. Probably he should be able to do it, you would think. Yeah, can she do it? Can Mantis do it? I guess what I'm trying to do is, and I'm taking a really long way around, I'm trying to prove the fact that autoplay in Shadowland without the shield pack is an absolute waste of frickin' time. She's actually got a few punches away here, but she's got a bleed damage on her, and she's going to go down pretty hard. Okay, so that's more of a, that's more an upmarket character. She went down pretty hard. Can't use any skills. Going to go down pretty hard. Let's have a look at another character again. Maybe who's even better? Let's sort of go up in level a bit even. Let's say, how about this guy? Let's have a look and see how he goes on autoplay in Shadowland. It's a level 64 mutant character. He's got a gun. He's going okay. And what a surprise. He still dies on level 2. So that's a character we've invested in. We've actually used some upgrade materials to get him up to level 64. We've used some biometrics. And lo and behold, he still cannot do it. Let's try Negasonic. Pure paywall. Let's see how she goes. Level 70. By the way, the cost of this, shield support pack in Australian dollars is $14.99. She's actually getting a few punches away. $14.99 Australian for a 15-day period. So that's $30 a month to actually have autoplay plus in Shadowland. It's not a big deal for me anyway, right? But I'm just kind of trying to prove a point here that if you're gonna put some sort of function in the game, make sure you test it to see if it's actually gonna work even just a little bit. Is she gonna pass this? She's going around in circles like doing donuts and shit. Just well, she got stunned there for a second, but she's actually doing a bit of damage with her basics, as you would expect. She's level 70, for God's sake. We've paid how much? 4,500 crystals to unlock her from Danger Room. We've spent a shitload of bios ranking her up. We've spent a shitload of feathers ranking her up. We've grinded and grinded for this character, and here she is in Shadowland. She looks like she might be able to get the job done. Or have I spoken too soon? Because Red Hulk comes in, he makes a bit of a mess of anyone. She might just get the job done here. If Red Hulk gets out of the guard break, I mean, it really is pathetic when you look at Red Hulk. He's only getting punched and he can't even attack. But all he needs is to land one fiery blow on her and she's probably going to be a goner. But she gets the job done. So that's what it takes. Level 2 in Shadowland on autoplay. It takes a pure Crystal Wall character. It takes her 1 minute and 35 seconds. She has to be level 70. And then you might have a chance of using your autoplay in Shadowland. So I'm going to say that is a pure failure, having that autoplay without the autoplay plus function in Shadowland. I don't think I need to go on too much more about that. That's pretty shit. Okay, so we've talked about the token. We've talked about Shadowland Autoplay Plus. One thing I did mention, and a question you guys may have asked, is Alliance Battle. Does the silent still work on the Beast? And the answer is, yeah, it does. I tried Captain Marvel. I just, basically just sat her there and just waited for the Beast Roar to come. Silenced it with the one skill, and of course the Beast increased resistance did not apply. So, which kind of sucks. I mean, I would like to see that Beast Roar cancelling bug. Pretty sure it's a bug. I'd like to see it fixed. I don't like it. It kind of wastes a fair bit of my time. I prefer just to have a nice Alliance Battle run, have a nice rotation, set a character up nicely, and take a lot less time stuffing around rather than trying to cancel Beast Roars. Okay, so this video is dragging on just a little bit. I apologize for that. Okay, let's have a quick look at Red Guardian, at his skills. Let's have a look at his uniform first. Okay, let's have a look at his uniform effect. Okay, decrease all damage received by 25%. It's quite a defensive type of uniform effect. We had a look at his uniform options before, so if you want to see that, have a look in the first video of this series. And let's have a look at his skill descriptions. Okay, so his Awaken skill, we've got burn damage, shock damage, stun. We've got a decreased defense up to 50%, which is nice. We've got crit rate and crit damage, so we're getting into all this standard stuff that comes with the Awaken skill, right? So the crit damage, the invincible, the increased damage, increase all attack, all that sort of stuff. His passive, ignores dodge by 40%, increased skill damage by 30, and bonus damage by 20. Kind of generic. We've got physical attack on the first skill. Second skill, we've got a physical attack. Third skill, we've got a stun, and we've got immune to all damages on himself. We've got accumulation of 10% of true damage dealt to enemies, so this is the best accumulation you can have. It actually accumulates 0.7% increase of all attacks for each 1% accumulated damage, which is really quite good. His fourth skill, we've got 15% decrease of all defenses, stacks up to 45%. So, I mean, ultimately, this guy is a free character, right? He's a Shadowland selected character. He's looking really damn good. Fifth skill, applies to enemy stun, applies to self, ignores dodge rate by 75%. We've got a penetration there. We've got a massive buff of 40%. on attack and defense, and then we've got a speed increase as well. His passive is nice. Super armor. Super armor is really nice. It's nice to play characters regardless of what mode you play them in with super armor. And leadership wise, we've got a bit of a combat type, typical type leadership, where we've got an increase of HP, which is not super helpful, but it's actually not too far off Captain America. It's actually 5% better than Captain America, I believe. Let's have a look at his skills in skill preview. Turn this AI on, so then come and attack us. Look at this third skill. It's kind of like does a bit of a somersault attack. Yeah, pretty neat. I wouldn't like that coming down on me. It's a pretty big unit. First skill, it's kind of got his shield spinning there, and a bit of a back heel on that guy's head. Second skill, smashing this dude around with the shield. Pretty typical kind of Captain America type like stuff. Fourth skill. Fourth skill is actually pretty cool. So he's just sort of throwing boulders up in the air and then charging through with them. I like the look of that. Fifth skill. His fifth skill is nearly Negasonic type skill. It's pretty cool. Where he's kind of, what is he doing? He's sort of digging up the ground as he's running, and then just smoking them in the end with his shield. So I like the look of that skill. I mean, I like the way his skills look. His awakened skill brings the girls in, smoking them up with his shield again. Let's have a look at that again. Shield charge, spinning, up in the air. They come in and shoot. He's getting his shield ready to come and cut someone's head off effectively. So, looks like a pretty damn good character, to be perfectly honest. He's, I don't know, I'm pretty amazed actually that they've sort of offered this character as a Shadowland Selector character. I think he's going to be excellent. We'll try him out in War Boss Ultimate over the next few days before the update, but I'm pretty sure everyone's going to get him anyway. Whether you're going to get him with the uniform, totally up to yourselves. The uniform does look pretty cool though. Having said that, his classic look actually looks pretty good as well. Alright, let's have a look at Yelena in her snowsuit. Let's have a look at her uniform effect again. Okay, 20% increase of physical attack, which is quite massive actually. Ignores target dodge rate by 15%. Good, but not that great. We got to remember both of these characters. We've got Red Guardian and Yelena are actually villains without the uniform, and then when they don their uniforms, they turn into heroes. Let's have a look at her skill effect in the skill preview. Well, hang on, sorry. I'm going to go back and actually have a look at her skills descriptions instead of the skill preview. So skill description, passive, tier 2, very similar to Red Guardian. First skill, got burn damage, so she's a bit of a fiery minx. Second skill, got a stun. Third skill, the third skill is kind of cool. It's called smoke throw, but she kind of goes invisible for a long period of time. It's actually quite long. So applies to enemies 35% chance of missing attack, which is nearly, yeah, it's nearly like a blind type setup. And then ignores invisibility, target for 75%, so that applies to self. Whatever that means, I don't really understand that description. And then she's got a massive buff, right, for crit rate and all attack. Fourth skill, bleed damage, shock damage again, so she's like a fire type, electricity type dealer. And fifth skill, she's actually got another accumulation of damage dealt with, which is probably one of the most OP skill traits in the game at this point in time. So she's got burn damage, she's got silence as well on a fifth skill. She's got 100% chance for immunity to all damage. She's got accumulation. She's, 1% increase of all attacks. It's, she's looking pretty good on paper. Her passive is increased dodge rate, and her leadership is the typical speed, which is pretty shit. Increase all speeds by 6%. Not ideal. And you can see that she is not set up at all. But let's have a look at her skill previews before we move on and close this video out. Okay, AI is on. Come and get me, boys. Okay, so this is the third skill. So it's applying, yeah, it is applying a blind. That's what I thought. That's what the description looked like. Whoa, that's the first skill. That's pretty cool. Why's it got such a long cooldown anyway? So it's like dual pistols and then pulls out a bazooka at the end. Probably wouldn't really like to be on the receiving end of that. Okay, second skill. Okay, so it's like a whip or chain sort of effect, similar to Black Widow's. Fourth skill. Man, that's pretty cool. Look how many hits it does, 180 hits. She just flies over the top, and she moves quickly, eh? So she's got the electricity going on there, and it's basically providing pretty nice crowd control. They get a bleed from it as well. Let's have a look at the fifth skill. It's kind of, ooh, she kind of walks out of that. A little bit like Yondu. She kind of gets trapped in them there as if she doesn't know they're there. Let's have a bit of a look at that again. She sort of throws herself backwards, pulls herself in. There's all sorts of fire and shit going on, and then she kind of just walks ahead as if nothing's going on. A bit of a cool customer. So probably be very like it's going to be pretty cool actually to try these guys out in War Boss Ultimate. It's nice not to actually have the pressure of trying these guys out in Alliance Battle Extreme. I don't think any of them are going to be ABX candidates, but now that I've said that, you watch, and someone like Red Guardian will probably blow Namor away. What do I know? So yeah, anyhow, let's see. If that happens, it happens. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not a bad thing. All right, guys. Well, hopefully you've enjoyed the videos that I've done this evening, and hopefully you found them useful and informative. What we'll do is sort of wrap it up here. Any comments you want to put in or anything else you want me to sort of check out. I haven't been able to find the World Boss Ultimate training section. Not really sure what that is. I'm not sure if other star agents have been able to find that, but it just goes to the normal screen. I can't see any training sort of session here. Anyhow, guys, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and thanks for watching my videos. See ya.